So this the thing, Bougie. I don't know about other guys, but typically guys are not very articulate, and I think that people should work on how they communicate and their emotional intelligence. Because a lot of times when the police pull up, people be irate and like I know me personally. I'm always going to be the calm one, and I'm always going to be the person that's articulating myself properly, and they're going to feel my energy of like, oh, he's the adult in the room. I'm always gonna have that energy. I'm never gonna be screaming and yelling. A lot of people a lot of people don't take that into consideration. Be the calm person when the police pull up. Don't be the person that can't control themselves. That's like screaming and yelling and all that type of stuff. I'm always gonna be that person. So I'm always gonna feel comfortable. And I think that's we should work on that.
Yeah, that is definitely true. The only thing that I will rebuttal with that is just down here, it gets a little, it does, it gets a little profile-y, like, because honestly, in that particular situation that I just named,
Yeah.
he was walking away. And just because they saw him walking away, it's like, yeah, we need to stop you and search you as well. And I'm like, I literally had to scream at the top of my lungs, no, it's not him. It's this person right here that I told you. Yes, he has a firearm, but his firearm is legal. He does work for security companies. He owns a security company. That's why he has a firearm.
Yeah.
You can check his registration. You can check his paperwork. Like, I had to vouch for that. And
No,
that's why I'm saying, like, that the woman can sometimes play that
yeah,
shit up where it
yeah,
gets to a point of like, that's why when it comes to women
yeah.
being involved in those situations, if it's girls and if it's women, I
Mhm.
would rather check the situation, especially because a lot of times when they're looking at me, they're like, oh, just off of first
Yeah.
glance, I'm smiling. I'm usually friendly when I'm having conversations with people. I'm short. So they don't see me as a threat. Versus when a 6'3", 200 something pound dad is coming at you about his child,
Mhm.
you do see that as a threat. You're like
Yeah.
6'6". Like they gonna
Yeah.
they gonna be
No,
like,
that's no. So
like,
that's so I'm okay with being profiled. It makes sense to profile me. I'm okay with that, right? But that's the
yeah,
thing.
but
Once
but I'm just
you
saying,
can
I would
you
rather
can
you not go through that.
but it's cool. You can see a 6'4" black man walking away, and then when you stop me and you like, hey, let's talk. I'm be like, oh, how you doing? So I'm gonna shake your hand. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. They're gonna
Yeah.
know I'm not. They're gonna know I'm not a dickhead once they like. Once I shake their hand and I introduce myself and we have a conversation about what's going on, and you see that my paperwork for my firearm is legitimate. You see that I let you know that I have a firearm before you even get here, before you even ask. I let you know that I have, and I let you know that I'm licensed, and I give it, and I said, ask you, do you want me to give it to you? I'm gonna do all of that, right? But a lot of people they want to fight and they want to argue. Like that's the opposite. You want to make the police officers feel safe all the time. You want to make them feel like, okay, I'm talking to somebody who understands communication, who understands respect, and we have a respect level here. So yeah, I'm not afraid of those type of situations. I'm always going,
It
Two
definitely
two things,
it can
real
work
quick.
in his
Get back. Can
favor
we get back on the
later.
topic? Can we get back on the
Hold on,
topic?
real quick, because you never answered the question that I asked you. If your son was getting jumped by a bunch of girls, what would happen then? And then
I
two,
did. I did answer you, Willie.
no, you didn't say who would go outside, because that's all I
No,
want to know.
I said I would let him lead the situation. I would definitely like just be kind of like watching in the back to let. Yeah, no, I said that for
Cool.
sure.
So if it was your daughter getting jumped by a bunch of boys, who going outside then?
Then he's definitely still going outside. I'm not
That's
gonna
my
lie.
point.
Like, yeah,
That's my point. It's
it's
like
it's
we
just a
picking
girl
two.
on girl situation, is what I
Doesn't
was
matter.
saying.
That's not the point. You see, that's the thing. To women, when they say that, it's only because it's another girl who's a combatant. That's the problem. Because when it was boys out there, you're not going outside to help your daughter. But if it's girls, you're going outside. If it's girls out
No,
there
I
jumping your
did
son,
stress
you're not
I'm
going out.
playing the back. I'm gonna let him
That's my
handle
point.
it
You are
because
going to do that when it's the girl. When it's a girl's jumping your daughter, you're not letting him take the lead. You want to go outside and do it. And then, even in your point where you're talking about the police interactions, you said if a big 6'3" guy is coming at the police, of course the police are going to treat that nigga like he's a combatant. That's what they're supposed to do, because he's being combative. Regardless of whatever happened, like to Mont's point, you can't go talk to police crazy. You can't be aggressive with police and then expect them to handle you with kid gloves. And you do the exact same thing in that scenario that you said that a woman can do. She can play the victim. She can play like the less than. She can play the damsel by vouching for a police officer, vouching for say, no, I called the police on him. That police can't prove that in the moment. So if they listen to you, they're giving you the same benefit of the doubt they will give a woman playing a victim, because the police is supposed to get there and identify everyone that's involved. And if there's weapons involved, he has to identify those people and detain those people and unarm them. That's what's supposed to happen. But you telling them like, oh no, he's not the one who was aggressive. They can't prove that. And if they listen to you, all they've done is proven your point about how women can play the victim and they can be the ones who are like, oh, it's not us.
I'm not saying that women don't have an advantage in that situation. That was actually my point.
That's not the point I'm making.
Have an advantage in the situation. So before I want to see you profiled or you go through that extra stress or trauma, mind you, it wasn't that he was being aggressive. It was that in that situation, he walked away. He still had to be put in the handcuffs until they could verify the firearm and the paperwork and let it off. So my thing is before we even get to that point, right, where you're handcuffed and you're sitting there waiting to be verified and this and this and that, I want the privilege of vouching for you. Like, if I know what happened, I want the privilege of being able to be like, fuck that shit. I'm finna vouch for this person. So that's why I'm saying in that particular situation,
there's a bias,
if it's a bunch of women involved, I'm gonna be the one that comes off like, yeah, I'm gonna be the woman that's on your side. Because imagine being the dad in that situation with a bunch of women and none of the women are on your side.
Who gives a damn?
You definitely, but but that's what I'm saying. You just said the women have the advantage.
No, so I don't care about the advantage. The advantage was for your point. I don't give a shit about if I'm outside and my son is fighting another kid and the mom is the only one there and she's getting aggressive with me. I'll say, hey, where's your husband? If there's not one present, then bitch, it's me and you now. Because I'm not finna sit and let you get aggressive with me just because your son got his ass whipped for fucking with my son. There's never a time when I'm going to go back and get my son's mom to come be like, hey, you know, somebody's kid jumped their mom, but they don't have a dad. It's a mom. Hey, can you come talk to her? Fuck no. That's not our problem. Because now if I come out there, that lady swings on my son's mother, I put her in danger. If the lady swings on me, it's me. I can take that and I'll handle it. But a man who lets a woman come out there and take his place when there is a potential for violence, that's not safe for him. And it's almost like he doesn't really respect his woman, because no man should be putting his woman in danger. And that's exactly what you do when you call your woman out there to deal with one of these hyena hoes, like, or hyenas, like Hink say. Like when you call your woman out there for somebody who's already on 10, you coming out the house wondering what's up. It's automatically putting you in a position where you have to defend yourself. That's not fair to you.
I can respect that point of view. I just know personally, I would definitely kind of rather handle the moms and the daughters. But that's just my personal opinion. I would definitely rather handle that than.
Do you think the dad, if he had picked his daughter or his son up from school that day, would have fought them kids back?
I think she should have fought the kids, but I think any parent should have fought the kids back, no matter the gender. I think both parents should have been trying to put belt to ass. Because the point of you going to pick the child up, literally, I feel like her point in going to pick the child up or changing the pickup spot that she said she gets her kids from, usually, she said she changed it, was to protect them. So if you knew you couldn't protect them because you're saying your reasoning was, oh, I have sickle cell, I'm sick, whatever, why would you go to the new pickup spot? Why didn't you send somebody else? My opinion is I don't have sickle cell. So if I go and pick those kids up, it's very well knowing that if I had to change the pickup spot, it's detrimental enough that it might get physical, and I'm well enough to go to the new pickup spot and protect them. That's all I'm saying. Both parents have a responsibility to protect children, because I'll be damned. Y'all give the seed, but we sow the seed. So if we spent 9 months protecting a baby in our womb, I'll be damned if I give birth to it and then just act like I ain't got to protect it no more. I'm going to protect it just as hard as you protect it, because we went 50-50 on them kids.